Story number 1. The Women on Winding Hill Road. There's a road in the Green Mountains of Vermont that the locals call Winding Hill Road, a narrow, twisting strip of asphalt that snakes between dense pine forests and cliffs that fall straight into shadow. Most GPS maps don't even show it anymore, and the few who still drive it after dark say it's a place where the world feels thinner, like the veil between the living and the dead has worn down to the grain. Back in the 1930s, a young couple, Thomas and Lillian Moore, were driving home from a harvest dance in town. Rain poured that night, the wind roaring through the mountains, the headlights barely cutting the dark. No one knows exactly what happened, but near one sharp curve by the ravine, their car went through the guardrail and disappeared into the trees below. Thomas's body was found the next morning. Lillian's never was. For weeks, search parties combed the woods. They found her shoe, her hair ribbon, and one white glove tangled in the branches above the creek. After that, the locals stopped looking. But not long after, people began to see her. It always happened the same way. A driver takes the curve too fast on a foggy night. They see a woman standing on the shoulder, dressed in white, her hair dark and dripping with rain. Sometimes she's holding a lantern. Sometimes she's just standing still, one arm raised, as if waving for help. Those who've stopped say she's silent, her face pale as moonlight, her eyes hollow like she's still searching in the dark for something she lost. And if you blink, she's gone. But a moment later, you'll catch her in your rear-view mirror, sitting in the back seat, her dress damp, and the faint smell of lilacs filling the car. One autumn night, a long-haul trucker named Ray Dugan was making a late run through the mountains. He didn't believe in ghost stories, but the fog that night was thick as milk, and his headlights caught something white on the shoulder. At first, he thought it was a deer. Then it moved. A woman, soaked to the bone, standing in the middle of the curve, her hand outstretched. He slammed on the brakes. The truck skidded sideways, the tires screaming. When he stopped, she was gone. He climbed out, calling into the fog. Nothing answered, but when he turned back to the cab, the passenger door was open, and a faint wet imprint stained the seat. He said the air inside smelled like rain and roses. He never drove that road again. Years later, a local drifter swore he saw her too. He'd been walking home from a bar in town, stumbling up the hill when he heard footsteps behind him. Soft, deliberate, keeping pace with his own. When he turned, a woman stood there under the trees, a long white dress fluttering in the wind. She looked at him with empty eyes and whispered, "Have you seen him?" He tried to run, but every step he took, the road ahead twisted and bent, as if leading him back to her. When they found him the next morning, he was lying by the guardrail, eyes wide open, his face frozen in terror. The sheriff said it looked like he'd seen a ghost, and maybe he had. Now the state has fenced off that stretch of Winding Hill Road. The guardrail is rusted, the pavement cracked and swallowed by moss. But on foggy October nights, some say you can still see a faint white figure drifting through the mist, her dress glowing softly, her steps soundless on the wet leaves. She walks that curve over and over, forever caught in the loop of her last breath, still searching for the man she lost that night. And if you're ever driving the mountain roads of Vermont and your radio cuts out and the fog rolls in, keep your eyes on the curves ahead, because if you see a woman in white standing by the roadside, don't stop. She's not looking for a ride. She's looking for you.